Internet of Things, nanotechnology, digital education and e-commerce development. Modern world stands on threshold of large-scale changes in daily lives of people and economy of entire regions. Even as we speak, experts call these transformations as the fourth industrial revolution, inscribing them in consistent history of previous technological explosions. In a special program, Digital Kazakhstan, we tell about how they affect internal processes in Republic and development of Kazakhstan's science and technology. Today in our program we will talk about what benefits will get farmers and state thanks to digitalization of agriculture. How is the telematics system applied in agricultural sector? And what does software for elevators include? Agriculture is one of the most important branches of economy of any country, and Kazakhstan was no exception. Over the past year, the volume of injections from agricultural production in country's GDP was estimated at more than 4 trillion tenge. But government plans to increase this figure 2.5 times in the next 2 years. According to experts, fulfillment of this task will allow increasing export potential of agricultural industrial complex and having volume of imported products on domestic stores' counters. However, experts are sure that it is necessary to automate and digitize Republic's agriculture in order to achieve the goals. We understand that digitalization will lead us to progress, because today there are many solutions. For example, for precision agriculture. These solutions require a slightly different approach than standard historical one. And if we do not change approach itself, it will be very difficult to transfer from import to export. Experience of leading countries with a developed agrarian sphere shows that they all went through a kind of technological revolution. For example, classical extensive agriculture is replaced by precision one. In other words, it is a complex of productivity management systems for crops based on data used from satellite and computer technologies. Now, instead of plowing, sowing, fertilizing by eye as it was done throughout the previous history of agriculture, today farmers can calculate number of necessary resources for each section of the field accurate to a meter. Thus, it is possible to avoid overexpenditure of raw materials where previously it was used in excess, and to increase productivity of those sections of the field which received less fertilizers, plowing or watering. In order to proceed with precision agriculture and digitalization, it is necessary to go through several preparatory stages. First, it is automation, that is, re-engineering of all processes. Preparation of company for introduction of digitalization technologies. Then this is strengthening of agronomic service. After that, installation of sensors, roughly speaking iron, in order to collect all the data. Moreover, once all these data are collected for several years, for example, we can already analyze and proceed with precision agriculture. According to experts, the program on transition to precision agriculture using the latest technologies such as geoinformation and meteorological systems, various transmitters and sensors, space analytics data and other solutions will help to reduce agricultural producers' losses by more than a quarter, due to which the total output of farm products will increase by 30%. One of the modern systems that can not only facilitate the work of agrarians, but also significantly increase their productivity is Telematics System. It is a complex of technologies that are installed on combine harvesters, tractors and other agricultural machinery. We can control and see what combine harvester is doing. We can check fuel consumption, what grain yield it is leading now, what capacity it is moving, and we can see with what settings combine harvester is moving. This means that there are 20 combine harvesters on the farm, and farm manager can see settings of that combine harvester in his computer and understand why this combine harvester is moving faster or its productivity is higher. And due to this, we can give recommendations to machinery operator what to rebuild, and thus the work will be more effective. By means of this system, agrarians can remotely control the state of machinery. The systems will timely notify of a possible breakdown, which will allow to eliminate the accident even before its appearance. In addition, certain sensors installed on modern tractors independently determine the rate and quality of sowing.
Только выдерживание глубины посева, правильное выдерживание глубины посева дает уже множество преимуществ.
Only proper keeping of sowing depth gives many advantages. These will be equal seedlings. And it means that we can work with herbicides more accurately. Because our cultures will be equal, we can fight against weeds at a certain exact moment. This already gives an effect. If we say that everything is developing evenly, it means that there will be an equal ripening during harvesting. It is necessary to digitize and automate not only machinery but also the entire farm infrastructure. For this, there are entire companies in Kazakhstan market that are integrated in solution of these problems.
GPS-трекеров, GPS-мониторинга сельхозтехники, которые
The complex on automation and digitalization beginning from GPS tracking, monitoring of agricultural machinery, allows to significantly reduce costs and expenses for maintenance of agricultural machinery, to control, improve the efficiency of agricultural machinery by improved control, reduce or improve control over fuel consumption, thanks to installing of different sensors, fuel consumption, thermometry, seed sowing sensors, etc. New technologies already include the so-called parallel driving systems. In other words, these are autopilots for agricultural machinery, so that tractors and combine harvesters can move along a strictly defined route, following which it is possible to achieve crop precision up to 1 centimeter. However, such control is necessary at stage of seeding and harvesting.
Которая пока плохо контролируется, это цикл поля тока.
There is a niche that is still poorly controlled. It is a current cycle field. That is, this cycle is poorly analyzed and controlled by agricultural enterprises. We have created a technology that allows to analyze the grain movement from the field to the current and then to the elevator. This is an automatic weighing. And ACS systems, that is, access control of grain trucks to the territory of the enterprise and distribution by grain warehouses. Among other, these are sensors for auger connection, so that we can see the moment when the grain loading takes place. In order to control grain production as accurately as possible, a special software is developed for grain elevators, which allows tracking all ways of grain movement in real time, from combine harvester to final stage of processing. Special programs are developed for other needs, for example, an application for agronomists.
Приложение для агронома позволяет вести.
This application allows making notes directly on the field. That is, the agronomist takes a tablet or phone and has access to all data, to the field's history, the history of agricultural technical measures of chemical weeding, etc. Here is the field's history, chemical and meteorological maps.
Здесь же идет история поля, химкарта и метеокарта.
Animal industry is an important component of Republic's agriculture. Annually, this branch brings about 2 trillion tenge to Republic's budget. However, this sphere, as well as plant growing, is specific and unpredictable. One of the most common problems that almost all farmers face is cattle rustling. According to statistics, over the past 3 years, more than 70% of cattle rustling occur precisely from places of uncontrolled cattle grazing. In order to solve this problem, digital technologies also began to be applied in Kazakhstan. One of solutions proposed by one of Kazakhstan IT companies is special GCM trackers installed in collars.
Специальные каналы передачи данных по энергоэффективной технологии Narrowband IoT.
These are special data transmission channels for energy-efficient technology, as well as a special platform that produces analytics of some behavioral characteristics of a livestock, and also controls the location. Along with this, it is possible to build virtual fences in order to control the livestock in real time. According to developers, this technology affects the whole chain of meat production. After all, the safety of livestock, state of its health, and timely response to changes in animals' behavior allows increasing the number of livestock regularly, produce more products, which will help to increase the own income and subsequently assignments to Republican budget. In addition, the widespread use of this technology will favorably affect the condition of cattle stations.
В Казахстане существует порядка 187 миллионов гектар земель, из них 8 порядка...
In Kazakhstan, there are about 187 million hectares of land, of which about 80 million are cattle stations, of which 30 to 40% are degraded lands that require special monitoring and care. By means of this system, the enterprises will be able to monitor the appropriateness of cattle grazing and timely respond to such cases of cattle grazing violations, so that there will not be such cases as farmland damaged by cattle. This is an agricultural technological hub at Kazakh National Agrarian University, which was established on the initiative of the government together with American partners to minimize risks and solve many problems related to livestock and crop production. For example, a special program has been developed here that helps to learn about the condition of cattle station lands by computer data processing.
Мы предлагаем компьютеризированную методику, то есть платформу, которая анализирует.
We offer a computerized methodology, that is, a platform that analyzes 5 data. These are soil, water, precipitation, description of vegetation, description of ecosystem, that is, it analyzes 5 data at once, and produces a full report on a particular cattle station and can already give recommendations. Another development of this hub is remote sensing of certain territories and landscapes by means of unmanned aerial vehicles and built-in special cameras of spectral analysis.
Мы выезжаем на поля определенной группой со специалистами, производим съемку.
We go to the fields with a certain group and experts. We take pictures, make analysis, and offer our solutions together with the university and our specialists, taking into account the terrain, flora, and factors that affect it. These are rivers with high or low humidity, as well as drought. In this Institute of Information and Computing Technologies affiliated with Kazakh Academy of Sciences, they created the so-called Farmbot, the principle of which is based on big data technology and machine learning. Thanks to these solutions, the robot can independently monitor the condition of plants and promptly identify various deviations from the norm in the course of their growth. That is, the camera monitors the stand development of these plants. And if an algorithm for some deviations is detected, then a signal is given. Or if it is an automated system, then treatment is carried out. For example, pesticides are loaded. Fertilizers are passed through the tube and the plant is treated. Another important part in farming is sale of products. Not many farmers who successfully grow dozens of tons of vegetables can profitably and timely sell them. Because of this, agrarians incur considerable losses. The problem is going to be solved by means of digitalization. For example, several platforms, the so-called food exchanges, have already been launched in the country in the form of mobile applications and websites, which cooperate with all commodity producers in one or another region. I will give an example. Maslo Zavod, which produces sunflower oil, has a need for a sunflower seed. Here in this site, it will be seen who sowed and how much sunflower seeds are needed. Here you will know where it is possible to buy it in advance and choose manufacturer. Perhaps it will be price fixing at this stage of sunflower planning. And sunflower oil manufacturers will understand already here where in Kazakhstan it will be possible to buy the seed. Proceeding from the position that agricultural sector is undergoing drastic changes, in nearest decade of this industry thousands of specialists will be required, and they will not be simple farmers or cattle breeders. According to experts' forecasts, agricultural engineers will be among the most demanded employees in labor market. whose duties will include servicing of smart machines as well as their integration into intellectual clusters. Agricultural cybernetics as well as drones operators, herd managers, biohackers and many others will be responsible for creating smart farms and introducing new methods of automation.